Greetings again, fellow cardists. Today I'm going to do a review on 5 decks. I got a order from Amazon, the Lot 5 Zombiefied packet, and it contained everyday zombies. I need to get a mirroring thing on this. Everyday zombies, as well as the regular zombie playing cards, the Zombiefied playing cards, and the eerie red and purple decks. These 5 decks, I'm going to do a review. Alright, now the review I'm going to do on the eerie cards, I'm just going to use the red deck. It'll be the same for both decks. I've checked them out, and they're both identical in every way except coloration. They both have the same back design, but this one has red, where the other has more of a bluish color. That's the only difference. The faces are the same. Oops. The faces are the same color, blue and red pips. Same artwork on the court cards, same artwork on the pips. How do these fan? Get a nice ace of spades with the eerie decks. How do they fan? Okay. They fan rather nice. They're real smooth cards, nice action. They spread just as good as any other deck. The pips are all custom, even though the center pip is regular size on everything but the spade. Everything about the font, the pips, they're all custom. The court cards. The Jack of Spades is Lon Chaney's Wolfman. The Queen of Spades is the Bride of Frankenstein. The Jack of Hearts is the Creature from the Black Lagoon. The Queen of Hearts, I assume it's the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. The King of Hearts is the Mummy, the original Mummy with Boris Karloff, not this new crap with Brendan Fraser. That's a fake mummy. The Jack of Clubs is a gargoyle. The Queen of Clubs is the Bride of Dracula. The King of Clubs is Dracula himself. The King of Diamonds is the Devil, Satan. The Queen of Diamonds, I don't know. I have no recollection of this. And the Jack of Diamonds is the original vampire, Nosferatu. They're a great deck of cards. That's the eerie red and eerie purple decks. They spread nice. Can't even see the lines dividing them. That's the eerie decks. Same review for both decks. They're both identical in every way except coloration on the back. Now, let's go for the Zombiefied. Has a mirrored back, symmetrical back. get these. Oh, and you only get a double backer gaff card in the Erie decks. You get no gaff cards at all in the zombie decks, except for 2 jokers. And they're uniquely different. And the artwork on the Zombiefied is custom all the way through. The court cards are standard except they're zombies. Each ace is custom. Ace of Diamonds has a big face on it with blood coming out of everything. Eating brains. Ace of Hearts is a woman zombie. Ace of Spades looks like the guy that used to play on Mission Impossible, what he'd really look like now. And the Ace of Clubs. That's what Charles Manson will look like 10 years after he dies. And again, another zombie on the court cards. Each set of court cards is uniquely different. Unique custom pips and fonts. They're a great deck. I wouldn't use them for playing spades or hearts with anybody because some of them might find a little bit difficult to understand because it's not the normal thing. How do they fan? Well, I think that's one of the prettier fans. And if you turn it around, it makes an even more impressive coloration. Now, as far as giant fans, let's find out. I've not made a giant fan with this deck yet. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. It's fairly attractive. And that is the Zombiefied deck. It had a mirrored back. The Erie decks have mirrored backs. And you well know from other videos I'm really into the mirrored backs. Here's another mirrored back from the zombie collection. It's these regular zombie playing cards. Now the back design is okay. It's kind of hard to see in this light. But it's red and white basically. It's not too bad. Fairly pretty. Now the face design I'm not really into. They do have one saving grace though. They fan really great on the face side. They really make a pretty good fan. And even when you reverse fan, it looks pretty good. And on the back, just the opposite. I mean, it's okay. It's just kind of plain Jane. Okay, they fan great. They spread nice. And flip good. But I don't like the faces. The faces are all like, pretty much like Beavis and Butthead style artwork almost. But the pips are like placed in odd spacings because each card has a thing in the middle of it that, like, this one says, "What about feelings? Zombies don't have any, neither should you." Each card gives you a tip on how to survive a zombie apocalypse. And you get 2 jokers. They're hard to see. They're basically black and white. No doubt about it, Rock. I gotta get me a better camera. And I saved the best for last. This is the Everyday Zombies. This does not have symmetrical anywhere on the backs. They are definitely a one-way back. You can either have it right side up or upside down. These are the two jokers. Pretty good custom artwork. Every card is custom in this deck. Every single card. Ace of Hearts. Two of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds. Three of Diamonds. King of Diamonds. It's like Jimmy Cotta after he's dead. Now, how well do they fan? Well, on the front, they fan pretty good on the face side. Got a nice little design going on there with that blood stain on the end. And then, of course, if you reverse them, it's slightly different. But here comes the best part. This is my favorite deck as far as the back design in fans. Check this out. You can do it that way and get a really pretty fan, or you can put it the other way and get an equally but different pattern. How well do they make a giant fan? Pretty snazzy. Look at that. Huh. Now that's a pattern. And the borderless card, this is the first deck of borderless cards that I've really liked. The Artifice deck does have a border, but very thin. It's very subtle. The Z-Ray deck does not have a border on it, and I found that if you're doing a trick that requires face-up cards to be hidden in the pack, they're real easy to spot because there's going to be a white line on one edge no matter how square you get the packet. Which is why cards with borders on the backs are best for tricks. Cards with no borders are generally best for just playing and goofing around. And that's my deck reviews for today. My deck collection is increasing. I'm waiting on one more deck, the green deck. I'm interested to see what gaff cards it's got in it. Now, I don't imagine the green deck will be good for playing, especially in dim light. But they ought to be pretty good for doing tricks. So I will see y'all again next time. Please like, enjoy, and share, and subscribe if you would. That'd be kind of cool. And may all your days be filled with magic.